I moved to New York, I had $50, and I had a plan to just really save as much money as I could to open up a studio here in the city. At Lounge Studios, we have 11 studios. And I named it Lounge Studios because a lot of studios have lounges. But what I really wanted to do was create a lounge environment inside of the studio itself. I remember the first time Solange came and she just sort of fell back on the back couch. She took her shoes off. She was right at home, and it made me feel so good when she just seemed like she was in her element. When artists come in, I want them to feel like they can just feel at home with the engineer, feel like they can connect with them immediately. Brown Sugar is our main mixing room, and Blue is our head engineer for that room.
I started at Lounge right after I graduated from college. I did a lot of engineering for hip-hop artists, but the bigger my reputation got, the more people wanted to come here and work with me, the bigger the studio reputation got. I just really try to bring the best out of whatever album I'm working on and use all the things that I've learned to get it out to people and let them feel that same emotion that the artist intended.
He has a good vibe, so it's not like, oh, this is a rap studio or this is a rock studio. It's more like if you're serious about your project, then you come to us, and he's sort of the captain when it comes to that. When I came here and I was gonna open up my first studio, there's one piece of gear that I think is iconic that you almost have to have, especially as a brand new studio, and that's the Neumann U87. When I heard the difference between a U87 and the mics that I had been recording with, I understood what quality meant.
A microphone that's able to not only capture accurately what a singer sings, but capture the intention and capture the essence and the emotion. So that's why, we've always kept U87s as our main vocal mics, along with the TLM49.
We've sort of been the type of studio that sticks with gear for a long time. So we've had certain monitors here for years.
They were kind of classic studio monitors, and a few years ago I was kind of looking for a change. Kept seeing posts about Neumann monitors.
Everybody was saying, like, these speakers have the most clarity, they have the most detail. And so I decided that we would get 30+ speakers from Neumann.
Initially, I kind of was skeptical because I'm like, now they make microphones, and usually when companies try to do something that they're not so used to doing, it doesn't turn out well, but
it paid off. This is a Dolby certified room, one of only 3 or 4 in the city. When I first started to set up this room, I hooked up the little KH80s first.
I was in my upstairs room with my older monitors.
Cool, come downstairs, cool, come downstairs.
And Walt called me.
And he came down here and he was blown away too. He was like, wow.
Oh my God, this is the best representation of my mix that I could imagine. But that wasn't the thing that convinced me. I had just finished mixing an album for an artist. Song number 1, oh, this is awesome. Song number 2, oh, this sounds great. Song number 3, something's weird with the bass. I missed it on my other monitors. What you need when you're listening to speakers for 10, 12 hours a day sometimes is you need them to be pleasing, but not glossing over your mistakes. And that's what I feel like convinced me to make that switch. And then most recently, I picked up the NDH30s from Neumann. They translate so well from the Neumann monitors. You know what to expect no matter how you're listening.
When I got my first space, I was doing the construction all myself. And then I lived in a back closet in this space. It was the sacrifice that I was making to achieve my dream. After I got 3 rooms done, we ended up becoming the headquarters for Atlantic Records. I fashioned my studio to work with people who are trying to fulfill their dream like I did. We work with a lot of independent artists. I wanted to make sure that we had the tools that they could use to express themselves the same way that major artists do. Then the other branch of the tree, which is probably the main thing for me, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. It would be considered a disadvantaged community, where I was from in Cleveland, at least. I want to change the balance of kids like me having the opportunity to get to where I got without struggling as much as I did. And so I want to eventually open up nonprofit lounge studios where we are teaching centers and showing them the other side behind the camera and resources on how to get there. You have to keep pushing past what you think your limitations are. Everybody has fear. Everybody has a sense of doubt sometimes. Own that you have that, and then take steps to conquer it.